So I'm gonna show you how to make this sugarcane farm to supply you with sugarcane automatically. The redstone circuit design for this sugarcane farm came from K1 Inc. I just added a few changes, their link is in the description below. Here's all the items you'll need for this build. This build will be using BUD or block update detection. Redstone BUD or QC is a whole topic by itself, so let me know in the comments if you'd like a future video talking about it. You're gonna need a collection system first. You wanna dig down 3 blocks and make a room 2 blocks wide, 2 blocks high, and 3 blocks long like this. You wanna add a torch and a double chest inside. This will be your collection storage. You wanna put up ladders and get back up. You next want to dig a hole 3 blocks away from your entrance over here and make it 2 blocks deep. You want to dig out a trench 5 blocks and turn left to dig out another 15 blocks. You want to make a loop 16 blocks long and 5 blocks wide like this. This chunk of dirt in the middle, you want to trim the top edges like this. Just leaving this strip of blocks. You then want to go to the opposite ends and break the middle blocks and add levers in their spots and just flick them on. Now you want to place down powered rails on these spots and normal rails on the corners and sides, and add powered rails here too. You want to complete the loop back to the start. On this last block, you don't want to place a rail yet. You gotta break this block and replace it with a hopper pointing to the chest. Crouch down and set a rail on top of the hopper. With the loop done, you want to put down the hopper minecart on the first powered rail and just give it a little push. The hopper minecart will keep going around like that. You next want to cover the levers with slabs on top and cover these longer sides of the trench with sand blocks. Sand blocks won't fall down on the rails. You could use dirt, but for this build, I think the contrast between the green grass and sand looks good and makes it easier to build if I'm gonna be completely honest with you. But for these shorter sides, I'm just gonna use dirt blocks since it's gonna get covered up in a minute anyway. You wanna add water to the slabs. And the water should meet up and fill up this space. You want to cover this space with a layer of blocks, with 1 block added here at the end like this. The layer should cover an area 18 blocks across, 19 if you count the extended block, and 3 blocks wide. You next want to start planting your sugar canes on the sand. You're now gonna add another layer with pistons. You want to have a piston pointing up here and pistons pointing to the sides. On this end, you want to add blocks and continue adding pistons. On this last piston, you want to have it pointing up too and fill up this space here like this. You want to add a 3 block high wall of glass all around your sugarcane like this. This will keep your sugarcane from flying off and not getting collected. Add another layer of blocks on top of these pistons. Except for these last 4 pistons. You want to add a barrel on top here and here. And for these ones, add sand blocks on top. For this area here, you want to add these 3 blocks like this and fill in this space. You next want to add a comparator pointing to this block and another comparator here. In the middle here, you want to add a repeater pointing in. Add redstone torches to your left and right like so. And on top of this block, you want to add a redstone torch here. And on top of this block, you want to add redstone dust here. and a line of redstone dust 15 blocks long on top, down the middle. You want to power this on now. And to do that, add at least one item inside each barrel. You can use any item like dirt, but I'm just gonna be adding sand blocks. The comparator detects an item inside the barrel through the sand block and therefore powers on and gives a signal. You can also make this a bamboo farm hybrid, but separating these items can be a hassle. So if you need an automatic system to sort items apart, you just might wanna watch this video next.